This is Arts and Crafts with Luba Carlson, and I am so excited here because I really love making books, and this is what we're making. We're going to be making a small sketchbook or art journal, or you can call it whatever you like, and you can use it for anything that you want. And we will be using the simplest materials of all. There is no measurement required. All you need is a couple of grocery bags and a cereal box, open. You're gonna need glue. I have 2 glue sticks just in case because it'll go fast, and scissors, and that's it. I have pencils set up here just if we have maybe a little bit of time and we maybe could put some designs on the top. But let's get started. We will start with taking apart the grocery bags. So the first thing I do is remove the handles. And I save them if I plan to turn this into like a little purse. So got that one. And I am not being way so careful as you can see because you will see it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so these go to the side. Here, let me organize. This goes here. Okay, now I found that the easiest way to take your grocery bag apart is to actually not cut inside of the fold, but right on the outside. So if this helps, I'm gonna draw a little line over here. See, I'm gonna step about this far from the fold and just cut across all the way on both sides. Now, since this is like as I mentioned, sketchbook, art journal, maybe you would use it for junk art journaling. I am not very particular about having super straight cuts and all of that, because it really doesn't matter in this kind of a book. Okay, got those. Now see this flap right here? I'm gonna cut right through here the same way, just get in here and cut it out. There. So now I have one sheet. Now I'm gonna go back. These pieces just come out. And I'm gonna cut on the other side of the bottom of the bag. All right, now, this, just 2 sheets like that, this is actually enough to make a journal which will have 3 pages in it, okay? I want to try and make 6 pages today, so I'm gonna do the same thing super fast with my other bag. Not gonna worry too much about it. I really like brown bag paper because 1, it's very easy to work with when it's in a journal. 2, I can use my white pens on it and it shows so pretty. 3, when I use it for sketching, it allows for highlights. I guess I lost my fold over here. I'll come back on this side. It's very, very easy to use white pencil or lighter colors to create highlights in your sketch, which can be sometimes like when you're sketching on bright white paper, then you have to use the eraser to clean up your graphite, work around all of that, which is probably not a big deal, but there's that. That didn't cut through. Get out. Here. And here's that, and the last one. Okay. This is really a super fast project. So next step, I'm gonna fold each of these sheets into fours. And I'm gonna try and do that so that the printed part goes on the inside. Two. Oops, printed side in. Let's make sure we're on the same page here. Three and four. Okay, so the bag was glued over here right in the middle, so that kind of takes a little bit more force and work to fold it, but it's still foldable. It still works just fine. Okay, next step is we're gonna open that, and you see how the flap lifted because we folded it and moved the paper. I'm gonna glue that flap right back in with my glue stick. There's one, and then there is another one that did that. Where is it? Nope, it's this one. Yep, see, same thing. It kind of lifted over here. Not a big deal. Right back in. All right, now we're gonna unfold all the four. Okay, now we're gonna find the folding line that's right in the middle going up and down, which is right here. So each of these pages or sheets of paper have this line here, right in the middle. And we're going to cut through that line, but we're gonna stop right here in the middle. We're not gonna go any further. Okay, and the last one. Okay, and so now make sure that you have your grocery paper bag paper print side up. And we're gonna use that crease that's right in the middle. So we're gonna take the bottom right flap right here, and we're gonna fold it up like this. Then we're gonna take both of these and they're gonna go under. And then we grab all of that on the top and we bring it over. Okay, and if I set it up like that, hold on, yep, it will go open this way. Goes this way and then that way, and that way. I think I gave you a little bit of a wrong thing. We needed to do that print side, excuse me, print side down. Sorry about that. Let's do this again. This way, over, under, because we want the print side to be on the inside of the pages, and we want to be able to use our clean pages. There you go. Now it opens the right way. Good. So now we're going to do that with the rest of them. Print side down, over, under, and over. And again, print side down, sorry, over. Now, if you're creating a junk journal, it really doesn't matter if it's print side down or up. Actually, it will make it look even more interesting as a junk journal. We're good. Yep. And here we go. Did I do it right? Yes, print side down. And under. Making my creases nice and tight. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to use my glue stick. You can use, if you have a bone folder, it's the best thing. Maybe like a plastic ruler. You can use side of scissors if you like. But I'm just using this to make my creases nice and tight. I'm just going to go right over where my creases are so that they are nice and flat. All right, so each of these now make a signature for the book that we are going to put into the book. Signatures are like those little books that go inside of the book, that kind of put the book together, that make it bigger, right? So what I want us to pay attention to is this. As we are setting down our signatures, I want to make sure that they open the right way, like this, like a book. Okay. Also, there is a thing over here. So if I open it this way and then down, it will actually open. There's two things that we can do with that. One, we can just glue it shut and use it as thick paper, which will be all of this, or we can create a pocket out of this one. So I really want to do a couple of pockets on the inside of the book in the middle. So I'm going to do that. So for this one, I'm just going to put some glue right on this flap. Just a bunch of glue. Stay. And my first signature is ready. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab the other piece. Same way, checking, opens this way, opens good, flips out open, right? Now I want to make this one a pocket. So what I like to do is I like to create some sort of cutout so that I can see that it's a pocket, so that I can get into it. So I'm just free cutting from one corner pretty much to the other. Looks like this. And I'm gonna just go on the sides here, put some glue. I am not being very careful with this. I'm putting a lot of glue on here. You can try and make smaller seams if you like, but I'm sure. See, that's a pocket. Okay, signature number 2. Signature number 3, that doesn't open the right way. Let's fix that. Opens. I think one pocket is enough. So I'm just gonna glue this shut. We will probably use a whole glue stick on this because there is a lot of glue going on making pages stick together. Glue that shut. Okay, and the last signature, same thing, doing the same thing, same process. Bring it back. All right. Okay, our signatures are ready. Now we're going to glue them together. So starting from the back again, grabbing my last one, making sure that it opens the right way because always double check. Okay, and I'm just gonna put the glue on that side, and then the next signature will come right on top. So I'm gonna make sure that this one, the pocket is on the top. Here we are, this is good. Just glue it. Ah. Lots of glue, right? Let that sit. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that the spine is aligned and it's all together, nice and kind of sort of even. I don't want it super even because again, junk journal, right? Okay, so I know this one was good, the signature was great. Gonna check this signature here. Okay, that's the right direction. Gonna put more glue on this. Good enough. These are so cool and you can use them for anything. And really, if you don't want this big of a book, you could cut the sheet that we got from the grocery bag. You could cut it in half, you know, and then fold in fours, and then you would have half the size of this book. And, you know, it could become your grocery list planner or just note taking or, you know, whatever. Whatever it is that you need, that's maybe not too big of a size. Sometimes I think it would be so much fun to make a book out of lawn bags. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be like a, probably like a scrapbook size journal. Huge. Okay, so we have all of this now. Ta-da! It's almost a book now, right? We have all the signatures put together, and now we have to figure out the covers. So covers never been easier. So first of all, I'm gonna cut here in the middle so that it's just easier to work with the box. Okay, then cereal box goes the colored side up. Your book, and we're just gonna put a whole lot of glue again right on the top page of your book. Whoop. Okay, now you're gonna set it flat on that cereal box. Okay, I like to flip it over and kind of apply pressure with my hands so that it glues better. Rub it a little bit. And then I'm just gonna cut around. You can keep your book closed like that, or maybe open, whichever way it's easier to cut. We're just gonna cut. And what's super cool about this is that if you feel like you need even a sturdier cover, you can do another. You can grab another cereal box and just double up the cardboard. Okay, now that I cut it up, I can see that it's lifting a little bit right here. So I'm gonna take this minute while it's still super soft and the glue hasn't taken very well. And I'm just gonna go back and just add a little bit more glue to that part that lifted. And now I'm gonna use this part of the cereal box and do the other side. I imagine, see, I ran out of glue stick. I imagine it would also be fun to do it on the other side and have like the cereal box front for the art journal, because then you can collage. You can collage on the other side as well, but it's real fun to collage on something that's already colorful. Okay, as you can see, putting a lot of glue. Now I am using a permanent glue stick, okay? A regular school glue stick will not hold this. Whoa, hold on, just a little edge. It's really important to use permanent glue stick for this. Okay, doing this again. Down, press. There we go. And cut. Now, could we measure all of this and make like, you know, very nice and square rectangles and cut out all the right pieces so that it all fits? Of course we could. But then it wouldn't be possible to make this book in under half an hour. You know, sometimes you just gotta have a book. Ta-da! And that's a book. Let me see, hold on, I'm gonna open it. Over here, see, and now I see that maybe over here I could maybe shave just a little bit more for the aesthetics of it, right? Checking the spine is holding, and we have the sketchbook, it's ready to go. Go, go, there's your pocket. Oh, I went backwards. Guess I should be over here, right? Okay, now for the handles. Handles are a little bit tricky in a sense that they take a little bit longer to dry. So the way I did handles for this book was first I trimmed those bigger flaps. I don't need them. So I just take them off. And then where's my other? Here. Okay. Then I decide where I want them. If I want them this way or that way. Come on, go under. Okay, so first glue the bottom ones. Let's do that. This is the checking, hold on. Gotta always check if I'm in the right side. Yes, this is the top. So for the top, I'm just gonna grab and put a little dot over there so I remember that that's the top of my book. Here's my handles. Some more glue. Put a lot and a lot. Okay. Line it up with my book. Like this. So I have one. Now the second one is gonna go the same way like that. So I can measure and see how far I want to add glue to it, probably about to here. Okay, and then before I press it down, I'm gonna line those handles up together, kind of get them to where they match their position, and then press this down. Nope, yes, like that, straighten that up a little bit. Just give it a little bit of time. Okay, and here we are. We made a book. The best thing to do now would be to put it underneath something heavy overnight so that all the glue really sets in, especially the glue on the handles. And then after that, you can use it whichever way you like it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one.